louder, okay? You want to come closer. Would you like to repeat? 17. Apuryamanamachala pratishtham. Apuryamanam achala pratishtham. Samudramapaha pravishanti yadvat. Samudramapaha pravishanti yadvat. Tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve. Tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve. Sashanti mapnoti na kamakami. Sashanti mapnoti na kamakami. We'll repeat again. Apuryamanamachala pratishtham. Samudramapaha pravishanti yadvat. Tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve. Sashanti mapnoti na kamakami. See, in 69, what we learned was Yanisham Sarva Bhutana. So from 55 to, why we are chanting from 55 to 69? Because from 55 there is a specific trend that Bhagavan is following. He is talking about doing activities without attachment, right? So when we do an activity, what is the meaning of doing an activity without attachment? What is the meaning of doing an activity without attachment? Like, what is doing without ego? So you perform an action, and then when you get the result, you don't feel that it's because of you. You always tie that to Paramatma. Correct? You say it's all because of God that we are able to do this, and it's a beautiful gift from God that has come to us. Right? That is one thing. And in last few verses, we have seen where Lord Shri Krishna is telling us that there will be these sense organs. All these sense organs are bound to get attracted to what? Different sense objects. Which one is your favorite sense object? Taste. So what you get attracted to? Food. Mine is almost the same. Shrital, what is your favorite sense object? Or which sense? Nose. Okay. What do you like? Smells. Which is your favorite smell? Flower fragrances, right? So what happens when so Lord Shri Krishna in last 2 or 3 in the shlokas, what did he mention? He mentioned that can you control the smell not to come to your nose? Can you close your nose forever? Can you close your mouth forever? So what can we do? We know we are helpless because these will anyway come and attack us. So then what Bhagavan is saying? Let it come. Accept it. He's not saying just ignore. He's saying accept it. But what? Once it is fulfilled, once our desire is fulfilled, for example, you wanted to eat something. What do you like to eat? Pizza. So let's say on a one particular nice day, your desire is to eat pizza and you crave for pizza and cheesy stuff. So anything which is out of milk. So it comes to you in the form of a pizza and it gets fulfilled. Now, when it gets fulfilled, what can we do next while eating it? First of all, while eating itself, we will eat as if it is not going to come again, right? We eat as if this is the last thing that we have. When we eat with that kind of a consciousness, what will happen? It's a mad attachment towards that cheese pizza. So when you are eating that, what will happen? As and when it gets finished, obviously when you are eating, it will finish, right? So when it's the last bite, what do you think? When next? It is already finishing. May I have some more seconds? You will take the seconds. If that is also over, if the entire pizza is over, then what will you do? You will say you will just crave for the next time to come. Why is this happening? Because you are considering pizza as the most beautiful thing that you want to eat ever. While eating also, you are thinking about it. After eating also, you are enjoying that situation, right? So in case of you, Sheetal, you said smell, right? So what happens when that smell slowly goes away? You feel bad, you feel sad, and you would like to get it again and again and again. So this is called as enjoyment. It has nothing to do with your desire. It is called as enjoyment. Enjoyment leads to more desire, which means you want to repeat this cycle again. You want to eat pizza again. You want to smell the fragrances of the flowers once again. Right? So this repetition is called as enjoyment. What is the quotient of happiness, as Gurudev says? Quotient of happiness equals number of desires fulfilled by divided by number of desires entertained or enjoyed. So what you fulfill is not in your hands. It will come to you. It will, Bhagwan will, because he is so loving to us, he will keep us with all his grace. And let's say Bhagwan says, Gautam wants iPhone 14, or he wants to upgrade his technologies. He wants to stay along with technology. Provide all the opportunities for you to get closer to that. But when you get that, lamenting on it, ante just every time keeping it very close to your heart, not letting it go away as your baby, and then wanting it more and more is called as lamenting or enjoying. That if we can make to zero, then the quotient of happiness will be massive. This is what we learned in the last one. So that's why those people who madly chase about the wealth, the material wealth, they will not be able to understand the beauty of devotion, bhakti. Those who understand the taste of bhakti will not have any craving for the material desires. So these are totally opposite to each other. So to explain that, in the previous shloka, Vyasa Maharshi very poetically written that the day of a chaser of wealth, of material wealth, is the night of the one who is in control of his senses. If you are in control of your senses, then this material chase will be of no good significance to you. Similarly, the opposite. When you see somebody who is completely devotional, you will think that is a fool. Because what? Guess what? I am chasing for material wealth. I'm chasing for money, I'm chasing for fame, I'm chasing for smells, I'm chasing for the food I want. So when I do that, what happens? The person who is devoted appears to be totally disconnected. I don't care. I don't know what he's doing, what she's doing, right? This kind of a feeling. So they are totally opposite ends. That's what Bhagwan is trying to clearly mention here. Okay. So let's go into 70 and see what is. So Bhagwan 70 is saying Apuryamanam Achala Pratishtham. Achala means Chala means Chala. In Hindi, what is Chal? Chalna. Huh? So movement, right? Achala, when you add still. Achala means still, no movement at all. See how easy is Sanskrit, right? Achala means no movement at all. So Apuryamanam Achala Pratishtham. Pratishtha means last time we discussed. Tishtha means sitting. Pratishtha means foundation that does not move, completely situated, right? No movements at all. So Achala Pratishtham. What is Achala Pratishtham? Apuryamanam. One, it is full. It is full and it doesn't move. What is he talking about in the first line? Let's see what. Samudram apaha pravishanti yadvat. Which means all the rivers, right? What happens? They go and get into Where they finally meet, Sheetal? Where do the rivers finally meet? Right. But river, when it is flowing into the motion, how will it be? So disturbed, full of activity, right? With lot of rush, it goes into the ocean. It travels a long distance. It goes through mountains, falls and falls from the mountains to the ground, goes into the forest, cuts its ways into the various cities and various suburbs, and finally enters into the ocean with a loud rush. But when the river is going through such a great activity and getting into the ocean, what will ocean do? Ocean will also rush back? No. Ocean remains silent, calm, no movement at all. Isn't it, Gautam? Huh? It remains calm. It doesn't move at all. It doesn't say, oh, river is coming into me, let me run away from, and let me push away some of the water back to somewhere else. It doesn't do. It accepts everything that is coming in and still remains calm. Likewise, a good sagely person who is in this world, are you listening, Sheetal? So the sagely person who is coming into this world with all different senses like rivers coming and attacking him from all different ends. Finally, when it reaches this person sits calm, accepts everything. He doesn't say go away. He accepts everything, but stays calm. He doesn't get excited when something like cheese pizza comes. He shows exactly the same feeling between cheese pizza and anything that he doesn't like. What do you don't like? Brussels sprout. So when Brussels sprouts come or when cheese pizza comes, he considers that as a gift coming from God. And so he says, this is a prasadam. Today, God has decided for me to eat these Brussels sprouts instead of cheese pizza. Well, my taste may say some different story, but that is up to the taste. For me, it is just a gift of God. I'm going to accept this. This is the nature of a Muni. Right? No, just like how you have the ocean accepting all different kinds of rivers and all different rushes of this world and still stay calm. The Samyami also remains calm in situations where his senses are disturbing him. Okay, so that's what he's saying. Tadvat kama yam pravishanti sarve sa shantim apnoti na kama kami. Na kama kami means the one who does not have a greed of wanting more and more and more and more. Such a non-greedy person will always accept whatever is coming and stay self-satisfied. That self-satisfaction is the most important. Okay. So let's see 71. So when you are in self-satisfied state, you get, what do you get? You get Shanti. Shanti means mental peace. Then the 71. Sheetal, you have to be louder. Can you come closer now? And you too, Gautam. Okay, both of you. Vihaya kamanyah sarvan pumamschar. Oh, sorry. Vihaya kamanyah sarvan pumamscharati nispruhaha. Let's repeat this line. Vihaya kamanyah sarvan pumamscharati nispruhaha. How loud? You are able to see? That's what he said. Vihaya kamanyah sarvan pumamscharati nispruhaha. Louder. Nirmamo nirahankaraha. Nirmamo nirahankaraha. Sashantim adhigacchati. sashantim adhigacchati. So vihaya kamanyah sarvan pumams charati nispruhaha. So here there are some very good 4 beautiful qualities of a person that has been mentioned here, who you can call him as a sage. Sheetal, one of the qualities you have to just look at here, okay, Nana? When I'm talking to you, see, vihaya kaman. Vihaya means what? Leave. Kaman means greed. One who leaves the greed. Okay, that is the first one. Second, nispruhaha. What do you mean by nispruhaha? Nispruhaha means one who is not lamenting. So when you get something, you don't get attached to it, right? You don't want to really enjoy it a lot. That is the feeling that's called as nispruha. Then nirmamo. What is nirmama? What is mama means? People, what is mama? Mama means me. I. Nirmama means not me. So who did this? Great job. Not me. Not me. Right? Sheetal, who performed this beautiful dance? Not me. Well, you did. Everybody says that you did, but you feel that it's not me. Nirmama. That is the third good quality. Right? First one is vihaya kaman, greed, leave the greed, wanting more. Second, being nispruhaha, unattached. Right? Third, nirmama, not me. I didn't do anything. I never did anything. I was being made to do this by my Lord. Last one, nir ahankar, which means what? There is no I in anything that is happening around. Right? So everything that I have belongs to him. It is not mine. Right? So whose phone is this? It has just been given to me for some purpose. Anybody can use it. You want? Take it. This is the quality of a sage. Got it? Now, you may ask, what will happen if I stay like this? If I want to practice this in my life, Daddy, what is the advantage of that? What are we going to achieve if we just practice this part? You keep sharing. You don't feel that you are owning anything. You don't feel that you are doing anything, but you do a lot of stuff. But you still feel you are not doing it. Bhagwan is making you do. What is that which you are going to get by having a quality like this in your mind? You are going to get mental peace, satisfaction in life. You will never say, I am bored of my life. You will never say, I don't like my life. Right? There are a lot of people who get disappointed from what they have in their life, distressed. They don't like their life at all. Always moody, sad, sorrow, right? Whatever they have, they don't feel that what they have is really great. Why? Because never ever they were having this freedom of thought saying, nothing belongs to me, everything is Paramatma. That freedom they were not having. They always wanted something and they are not getting it. That's why they are sad. That's why they are sad. If they never had the want that I need this, I want this, kamaha, greed, then obviously they didn't have a choice to be sorrow. Just because there is greed and it's not being met, there comes sorrowness and sadness. So these 4 qualities are very, very important. If somebody asks to be happy, what is needed in life? You should say nothing is needed. To be happy, you should say, I don't need anything in life. Only then you can be very, very happy. And whatever comes, you just say, it's not mine. Nirmama. Right? So those are the qualities which will bring happiness and sense of peace, mental peace in our lives. Okay? So let's see how he wants to finish. Bhagwan is trying to finish this chapter with 72. Let's loudly repeat this. एषा ब्राह्मी स्थितिः पार्थ. Louder now. एषा ब्राह्मी स्थितिः पार्थ. एषा ब्राह्मी स्थितिः नैनां प्राप्य विमुह्यति. नैनां प्राप्य विमुह्यति. स्थित्वा स्यामन्तकालेऽपि. स्यामन्तकालेऽपि. स्थित्वा स्यामन्तकालेऽपि. स्यामन्तकालेऽपि ब्रह्मनिर्वाणमृच्छति. 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 Let's do the full lines. Huh? एषा ब्राह्मी स्थितिः पार्थ नैनां प्राप्य विमुह्यति. एषा ब्राह्मी स्थितिः पार्थ नैनां प्राप्य विमुह्यति. स्थित्वा स्यामन्तकालेऽपि ब्रह्मनिर्वाणमृच्छति. स्यामन्तकालेऽपि ब्रह्मनिर्वाणमृच्छति. Beautiful. So here there is one mention here called as Brahmi Sthiti. The first word, what is the first word, Nana? Gautam? Esha Brahmi Sthiti. Brahmi Sthiti is a state of mind. It is a state of mind. In this state, the mind loses its identity. In this state, mind loses its identity, which means it forgets that it belongs to Gautam. It gets beyond the ego of Gautam. So, in this state, this is the most beautiful state where the mind and the intellect are not speaking two different languages. Mind does not say, give me cheese pizza, and intellect says, no, it is not good for you. Focus on karma. Don't have this attachment. This is a contradiction between mind and intellect. A very good student of Bhagavad Gita will always come back and say, didn't I learn that attachments are bad? Huh? And then what he or she will do? They will start questioning their own mind. They will say, hey, mind, stop, shut up. Don't give me all these emotions, okay? I will not care for you. You remember we discussed about a mom that actually feeds the baby with a lot of chocolates, pampering just because baby is crying, right? And there are few moms who are strict who would say, no, no chocolates. It will spoil your teeth, right? So for a good Bhagavad Gita student, we are like that strict mom, where the intellect becomes the strict mom. It says to the mind, oh mind, don't cry. Don't just panic around. Don't just lament around all these attachments. What did you learn in Bhagavad Gita? Stay close to that. This is what the intellect will tell, right? But when it keeps on telling this over a period of time, what will happen? You know, the crying baby will stop crying. It will say, oh my God, even if I'm crying, my mom is not really bothering to give any attention. So what should I do? I should stop crying and do whatever Amma says. So that's like the mind and intellect become thick friends. And they both believe truly that they don't belong and they don't are associated with any of the attachments. Mind becomes self-discipline. Is it easy, Gautam? It's not easy, right? Sheetal, is it easy for you? For me also, it is not easy. For no one, it is easy. But what they have to do to get that disciplined mind? They have to keep their intellect as the strict mom. Their intellect as the strict mom. For being a strict mom, what they do? Some knowledge. Where the knowledge comes from? You should always refer back and say, is it allowed by Bhagavad Gita? It is not allowed, then I will not do. Tell the mind that stop crying. I will not look at you. I will not pamper you anymore. Right? And take those hard decisions, because when mind and intellect are fighting with each other, then it is very difficult to win over the situation. But believe me, with Lord's grace and full faith when we have on Him, when we pray to Him, then we get that energy and the strength where intellect takes the ownership and becomes the master of mind. And slowly, when mind and intellect are all big friends, thick friends, they don't have any contradictions. When mind says, there is no question of debate. So imagine like this. Both of you are listening. So imagine like I say, Gautam, please go and practice. You come back and say, Daddy, I already did that, right? Early in the morning at 5:30 in the morning, I woke up and did that. I said, oh, you woke up at 5:30? He says, yeah, I did all the practice. By 6 o'clock, I was pretty much 6:30. I was pretty much done with my practice. And I did then, I went to my piano, I did that. And then I went to Sangeetam, I practiced everything. And now I'm actually in the Bhagavad Gita class. Imagine what kind of a discussion will happen between the parent and the child in that situation. The mind, the intellect expects you, the mind to be of certain nature. The mind is already in that nature. Then there is no question of any debate. Then the mind and intellect come together as a close friends. And that's the beginning of ego getting diminished. That's the first step. When mind and intellect become thick friends, the intellect and mind becomes thick friends. That is when the ego completely drops off. Such a state is called as Brahmi Sthiti. And this Brahmi Sthiti, you are no different from Lord Shri Krishna himself. You are no different from Lord Shri Krishna himself. One who is with Brahman is Brahmi Sthiti. Okay? So Bhagavan is saying that is not impossible. It is possible only when you lose in that 55 inches, 69 varaku chepparu kada, 71 varaku, leave all the greed. When you practice that constantly, you will get to that state. Is the disclaimer, is the conclusion. Right? Now he is not stopping there. What is he saying? Next line, see. Sthitva syam antakale api brahma nirvanam prichhati, which means Brahmi Sthiti, or something called as Nirvana, is attained when you stay like that until your last minute, last second. What is the meaning of last second here, Gautam? Correct. Until you leave this body, if you are practicing such a sagely life, then there is no second life. There is no after life. Why? Because you are already Paramatma. One who is in Brahmi Sthiti is equivalent to Lord Shri Krishna. You will see people falling at such sages' feet every now and then, everywhere. Right? Puja Gurudev is one good example where he started with all the attachments, but while towards the journey, if you understand this journey and the quest, right, towards the end, we realized that he was a master who didn't had any attachment to anything, including Chinmaya. Right? So he knew that it will be run because he's not running, Nirmama. Right? It is Lord Shri Krishna himself taking care of everything that is running around. So in that state, Bhagavan says, Sthitva syam antakalepi brahma nirvana vichati. Those who wrongly misinterpret this particular verse, what they do, just before the death, they take the Bhagavad Gita book and then start reading. This is the most famous misconception. Thinking that Bhagavan said, if in the last minute, if you are with me, then you will get moksha. So what they do? At the last minute, they try to do everything that is possible to prove that they are close to Bhagavan. But believe me, just before all through this, when they are doing last minute reading also, they will still feel, oh my God, 1 more minute, if I could survive, I will probably finish this task and then come back. This is the feeling most of the people get. It is not easy to completely stay with Paramatma at the last minute. So there is a hint here. The hint is do that now, as if today is the last. This is the last. Now you will see a next minute coming in your life. Think that is also the last minute. And then the next minute will come in life. Think that is also the last minute. So if you constantly remain and practice your intellect and mind to be good friends, keeping away from attachments and of this world, then obviously towards the end, there is no other way. If you are biking, what is that Newton's law? If you are biking with some particular speed, it will not come to a stop unless you apply brake, correct? Similarly, when you are practicing these good deeds, the good way of living a life on every moment, then unless and until you want to come out of that, it is not possible for you to come out of it. It's that kind of a state, right? So Bhagavan is saying that keep practicing it on regular basis. Don't just stay for 1 hour of Bhagavad Gita study where we understand the use of it, but every moment try to recollect what the Gita says. Stay to it, right? Are you confused now? No? Arjuna is confused. That we will see in chapter 3, going with. So because we are finishing chapter 2, what we have to do? We have to do the closing conclusion prayer, right? Om Tatsaditi Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Sankhya Yogo Nama Dvitiyo Adhyayah. Let's do the closing prayers. Om Sarvesham Swasthir Bhavatu Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhagavad Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityor Ma Amrutam Gamaya Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om